Welcome to the Late Show, everybody. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert, and I want you to know, this is my pledge. This is our pledge to you right now, that the Late Show Intelligence Committee will follow our investigation of Trump and Russia wherever it leads. Usually it leads to James Corden in about an hour, but wherever. But for the past week, everybody everywhere has been wondering about Devin Nunes' secret intelligence source at the White House. Nunes has refused to reveal who it was out of concern that if his source was exposed, he'll have to come up with a new reason to cancel all the Russia hearings. Well, today, the failing New York Times revealed that the person who met with Nunes was, in fact, two people. According to the Times, the sources were Ezra Cohen-Watnick, the senior director for intelligence at the National Security Council, and Michael Ellis, a lawyer who works on national security issues at the White House. Say it isn't so, Michael Ellis and Ezra Cohen-Watnick. I've trusted you ever since I learned your names at the beginning of this sentence. I can't believe it's those two guys whose names I've forgotten at this point.
Right.
But the rest of the story hasn't changed, okay? Everything else is the same. It was legal wiretaps of foreign officials who were apparently talking to Trump people. Still don't know what they were talking about, or if Trump's campaign colluded with Vladimir Putin. But CNBC's Jeff Cutmore tried to get the answer straight from the horse's mouth and the man who rides shirtless on it.
You and the Russian government did never try to influence the outcome of the US presidential election, and there will be no evidence found.
Ronald Reagan,
once debating about taxes and addressing the Americans, said, watch my lips. He said, no, watch my lips, no.
And Vladimir Putin sure is a jokester. Knock, knock. Who's there? Aye. I who? Who is asking I who? Are you a journalist? I will kill you. Here's the thing. He said that Reagan said that read my lips thing. Reagan didn't say it. That was George H.W. Bush. It's the reason Vlad lost Jeopardy's War Criminals Week. I'm sorry.
You gotta
it's getting huge ratings.
Right.
I love watching every year. Every year I love watching War Criminals Week. I'm sorry, your answer must be in the form of a murder. Speaking of Donald Trump's loved ones, yesterday it was announced that Ivanka Trump will become a federal employee in the White House, serving as the president's eyes and ears. Yeah, eyes and ears. No word yet on who will be operating his brain. So, yay! Brain! Very happy. Get to spend Bring Your Daughter to Govern Day. So he's hired his daughter as assistant to the president, his son-in-law as his senior advisor, and put Eric and Donald Jr. in charge of the National Hair Gel Reserve. Anyway, it's always 1985. Anyway, I'm not sure who's doing what in the White House with all these things split up. Can we put up the White House chore wheel? Okay, this week, Ivanka's on domestic policy, Jared's on foreign policy, and looks like the president is loading the dishwasher again. It's a big responsibility. It's a lot of responsibility.
You gotta make sure you do it right.
You gotta pre-rinse.
Wipe it down.
You gotta pre-rinse. But let's take a break from Trump for just a moment, okay? Can we take a break? Can we take a break from Trump, please? Can we do that? Let's just do that.
We can do that.
Let's talk about someone who has no power in Washington, Mike Pence. The Washington Post just did a profile of Mike and Mrs. Mike, and they have evidently a pretty solid thing going on. Because Pence never eats alone with a woman other than his wife. That can only mean one thing. Mike Pence is such an out-of-control Force 5 bonacane that he has to be monitored by Karen Pence at all times. One Amstel Light and he's dry humping the bread baskets. Okay? Oh, there's snow on the roof, but there's a fire in the furnace. Pence also won't attend events featuring alcohol without his wife by his side. He is so naughty, if you left him alone with a bottle of whiskey, he might try to have sex with it. And Jim Beam and Jack Daniels are both dudes. And he's not into that scene, all right? He has to pray away the Mount Gay. Then, there's the story. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. I don't know. Then there's the story of how the Pences got engaged while they were out feeding ducks in 1985. It's a true story. Mike Pence hollowed out 2 loaves of bread, placing a bottle of champagne in one and the ring box in the other for her to discover as she tore off pieces, which is pretty impressive. It means that Karen Pence can tell the difference between Mike Pence and a loaf of bread. It's actually it's a very cute engagement story. It's as good... Damn it! It's actually a very cute engagement story. And it's a good thing Karen was there because you do not want to leave Mike Pence alone with one of those seductive loaves of bread. Yeah. The yeast isn't the only thing that's rising. Long walk. Also, it's worth noting that the couple later got the bread shellacked. Of course, shellacked bread is an Indiana delicacy.